And now please welcome VP and Product GM New Relic, Guy Fighel.
Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you. So let's talk about New Relic AI and how do we get into a faster incident response with it. And our story actually begins with the searchers, with the best professionals in identify anomalies and problems. Those are actually X-ray specialists. And so Trafton Drew, and he was an attention researcher, was trying to understand whether it's possible that professional people will actually miss exactly what they're the best at. So he conducted the research, and he gathered a bunch of X-ray specialists, and he provided them different types of X-rays. And obviously, he didn't mention that, but in one of those X-rays, he planted a picture of gorilla. And so he was wondering whether they will find out that there is a gorilla in the X-ray. The only thing that he mentioned is like, hey, help me understand if there's any anomaly in the picture, if there's anything unique, and that's it. Fascinating to see that only very little amount of those researchers identified the anomaly. In fact, 83% completely missed the gorilla. Didn't even see that. And it's not because they haven't, looked at the picture or the X-ray, and they were actually tracking the eye movement, and they could prove that they looked exactly at the location of the gorilla. So why is that? They're experts at what they do. They're professional, exactly like all of you sitting here today. Why are we missing things that we're so good at in identifying problems? And that's because people are so focused at the task itself that anything that doesn't match to their patterns and their previous experiences, they completely lose it. And this is why human-driven detection in our production systems is so hard. Because typically, we are putting our attention into three main patterns. The first one, we set thresholds based on our patterns. We try to simulate based on known situations, right? So trying to kind of simulate, hey, the next failure will look like that, and it will involve those systems. Therefore, I need to set up those types of alerts, those types of conditions. And that's the way we are wired. And the third, we are using different tools, sophisticated tools, and trying to use percentiles, statistical analysis. That's all great. The problem with that is that we're so focused at the task itself that we might miss a gorilla right there in our dashboards, in our metrics, in what we are used to detect. And the other thing is that we have so much data today. We have so many systems. We have so many different types of dashboards. If you think about it, in the production environments, we are integrating different types of solutions as well. And we don't have a lot of time to keep maintaining those and to really scatter the information between one dashboard or one system to the other one. And we're constantly under resource constraint and shortage, And just to prove that, we aggregated all of your data, all of the customers' information. Obviously, it's all aggregated. And on a daily basis, all of us are handling massive amount of incidents, massive amount of integration points, massive amount of information, which eventually lead to an increase in the time to respond to those incidents. So it is true that response fatigue is real. And we have the data to show that. And so why is that? And what is the difference between human detection or machine detection and incident management in general, I would say? So people, all of us, are very, very good at the known knowns. Those are the things that we know, and therefore we can plan for it. We're actually pretty good at the known unknowns, and we become better and better by using different types of tools. And for example, we will set up anomaly detection engines to pretty much detect things that we don't even know in advance. A lot of the times we will also set some kind of bands for those outlier detections. And again, going back to the point that those are knowns, you know. And so the last thing that we're very bad at is the unknown unknowns. And that's exactly what will bite us when it comes to failure modes in our production environments. Everything that is completely blind to us, all the blind spots. Now, computers actually are pretty good at identifying and surfacing those blind spots, those unknown unknowns. And the reason for that is that, you know, all of the algorithms and different types of computer-driven detection, it's very good at analyzing lots of information, providing contextual information, correlating different types of events and streams of data, and surfacing that in very high-scale environment. Now, don't get me wrong. That is not to say that all of us can be replaced by computers. In fact, in New Relic, we believe that computers should be served the site reliability engineers, all of us. It is here to augment the site reliability engineers. And that's why we believe the terminology should be applied intelligence and not anything else, because we put the SRE at the center and we're augmenting them with high-functioning system that replicates, augments, or assists in human intelligence for a dedicated purpose. And that's the definition of applied intelligence. That's why we believe that this is the right terminology, and those are the design patterns that we took when we actually designed applied intelligence. So let me ask a couple of questions to the people in the room. How many of you actually tried AI ops solution? And I'm using the Gartner term for AI ops here. Any kind of an intelligence solution, right? Think about that. And not a lot of you. But the ones who actually tried, think about how much time you did spend on integration. And we've been talking to customers, many of them. All of them are saying it takes months. Some of them actually took years. And how many systems you need to re-architect completely in order to actually start using the thing. Whether it's unplug your existing other systems, whether it is start to train some models. And this is our production environment, right? We cannot wait to actually start seeing value. So we believe there is a better way. And we believe our integration approach is faster to connect and faster to value. And that's why we're very excited about New Relic AI. So it all starts with great platform, as you've seen before earlier today. So we bring all of the different information into the New Relic One platform. So now the AI capabilities, ML algorithms can work on metrics and events and logs and traces, and all of that is already part of the platform. So New Relic AI is a suite of solutions that are powered by ML and AI capabilities that runs on top of New Relic One platform. But we're not stopping there. And the reason for that is that we believe that there's something else that is missing, and that's your existing incidents in your other incident management platforms. And so we are actually bringing that in as well. And let me show you an example. This is New Relic AI screen when you can actually pull information from New Relic Alerts violation. we are automatically directing all of the policies and all of the violations coming from your existing New Relic alerts all the way to the tool, so you can actually pick and choose which policies you're interested in. But we have internal, the deepest access to all of the violations, so that the AI and ML capabilities can make sense out of the deepest information, which is the violation information, and not the incident information. Now, on top of that, we're opening a completely new REST API today. So any one of you can send us any type of event or any type of incident, and even contextual information to enrich all of the data through a REST API. It pretty much opens up the platform to any third-party provider and any open source tool that you're currently using, as well as your homegrown tools and platforms. And last, here as an example, you can see connecting as a source into the platform with an incident management platform. So we will actually automatically sync all of your existing incidents into the platform. And that's actually huge. We are flipping the pyramid of everything that you've known today when it comes to AI ops integration, when you needed to re-architect your environment. So what does it mean? It means that if you already are using third-party tools other than New Relic, and you have already configured those tools to go into your incident management platforms, that's it. You just need to provide us a single API key into your incident management platform. Here in that example, it's PagerDuty, and there are more. And we will actually automatically sync the state and all of those incidents coming from all of the other sources back into New Relic, and then have that information together with all of the New Relic information on your alert, on the violations, as well as the REST API, and obviously all of the data that you're already sending to the New Relic platform. It's huge. And by doing so, we are actually meeting you where you are. We're meeting the customers at the right tool without enforcing you all to change them. And so we thought about it and like, why actually stop in the integration? Let's take a step farther. So we are actually building the same experience that we have in New Relic, in the New Relic One platform UI, inside your existing incident management platforms. And you don't need to install any Chrome extension or anything like that. We've actually created very deep integration with those incident management platforms, so you can still see correlation capabilities, noise reduction capabilities automatically in those tools, as well as rich context. You can see here in the example, inside the notes, some reasoning behind correlations, some flapping detection is happening, some suppression policy is happening, and why is that? And you don't have to use that. You can always have the New Relic beautiful UI with actually much more information that we're going to show. So the world of the SRE and DevOps team is really all about fast responses. We all know that. And so we really want to try and see how we can reduce the time to resolve. How can we reduce the time to understand and time to know, as well as time to detect, to be able to shorten the amount of time of our downtimes when they happen, and they will always happen. And we understand that. So how do we get into a faster incident response with AI? As I mentioned before, we put the site reliability engineer at the center. It's all about that persona, that user. It's not about the algorithms, not about the ML, not about the AI. We wrap around with different types of 4 actually pillars that we believe in. The first one is actionable detection. We want to make sure that we can be proactive in the detection phase. Second is noise reduction, to make sure that we are focusing the attention of the SRE only on what matters most. The third is giving some assistance and guidance and recommendation in the incident response, and we do that as well. And fourth, and super important, is always find opportunities to continually improve the platform and continually improve the decision-making by taking the SRE feedback. Let's take a look at the time to detect. So actionable detection is all about reducing the time to detect. Let me show you an example from an existing capabilities that all of you who are using New Relic today can actually use. It has nothing to do with the new announcement. This is incident context. So when you're configuring your alerts, you will see in the UI some potential anomaly detection that will drive into a better understanding of that alert and the causality of that alert. And on the right side, you can see something that is very, very helpful by not just by surfacing the errors, but telling you exactly where those errors are coming and what is the percentage and where exactly the function is. And so that's not enough because that detection is driven by you setting up alerts. What about the things that you don't know? Like, how can we help you find gorillas inside your data? And so we are also announcing in private beta today automatic proactive failure mode detection. What does it mean? All you need to tell us is what are the applications that are important to you. Now, because all of you are collaborating already in different collaboration platforms, and we heard from customers that they are using Slack, and they want to see, again, they want us to meet them where they are. They want to see that information also in Slack. You can actually provide your Slack favorite channel, and that's pretty much it. What is happening behind the scene, our engines will run through all of the different applications that you provided on all of the different metrics, and we'll keep monitoring for anomalies on the 4 SRE golden signals, whether those latencies, error rates, saturation, availability is there as well. And it will surface those problems into your Slack channels. And we're also adding deployment events so that you have the context to what changed in your production. That's in private beta. But why stop there? I showed you before incident context. And so today, actually, what I'm really excited to announce is GA of enhanced incident context into your favorite Slack channel. What it means is that all you need to do is set up an alert. So as opposed to New Relic detecting automatically anomalies, you have to set up the first alert, set it up to Slack. But what we do is automatically scan for any upstream, downstream dependencies, any anomalies, again, related to those 4 golden signals, plus availability, plus deployments. We will actually show it in the timeline automatically right where it is. And so teams can now collaborate and have much better understanding and information on existing alerts and what is providing much better and richer context. And look how the beautiful way of timelines is right there where you are. So let's continue with time to resolve. And I've talked before on focus. And correlation engine is at the heart of providing the site reliability engineers much better focus. It's all about reducing the noise. It's all about reducing the time to resolve. So we actually believe that just having a correlation engine is not enough. And it's not a single algorithm. It's the entire pipeline. So with New Relic AI, different types of sources stream information. And we normalize everything automatically on the backend for you, so you actually don't need to change the way you were using the data. And that's exactly extremely important, because we want to meet you where you are. We want to make sure that you keep your workflow, keep using your tools, and we're the fastest to connect. So that will bring you that velocity. We took all of that normalization. We're taking care of that at the backend. we're going to enrich all of those events automatically with another information and types of information that we have, either that we pull from different sources or from everything that you already have on the new Relic One platform. We'll evaluate it, and as part of that, we will inject automatic flapping detection capabilities, suppression capabilities, all of that. Finally, we'll allow for correlation to happen on all of that data, including the enriched data, and we will provide different sets of capabilities, different tactics to correlate. It's not just time-based. It's not just based on clustering. It's a lot more, including similarity capabilities, different machine learning models, as well as the user itself. So we also provide the ability for users to have their own logic and infuse the system with that. And all for what? To produce one single, most valuable notification at the right time to the right person. And so again, correlations, we take two different approaches. Works out of the box with powerful, flexible baseline rules that adapt based on your team's data and interaction with the system. And it also allowed the team to set up their own logic. So both of them are available in the platform, and that's why the platform is very centralized around the site reliability engineers plus automation. And with every single thing that we do, we always give you the visibility, so you're in control. Here's an example of suggested decisions. This is completely automated by the machine based on past historical data, plus user feedbacks, thumbs up, thumbs down, as well as any other information that we have. And we always provide you that explainability, and you can either activate a new decision or not. So it's up to you to decide. Here's how a user feedback looks like. Look how it is part of the incident management, part of the flow. You don't have to go and train something. You don't have to stop. You have a quick explainability around why something was correlated, if it was an automatic correlation, why, and allowing you to provide that feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The engine will adapt automatically based on that. Continuing with another great capability, which is let us help you to find out the best person to help you resolve your incidents faster. So two major features. One, suggested responder. The second is alert classification, completely automatic. So we will run ML models, pulling the data from your incident management platforms, as well as all of the data that we already have inside New Relic One. And we will actually suggest a person or multiple persons to actually help you resolve a particular incident faster. Why? Because they've already seen something similar in the past, or they are expert at the specific component that is failing. And we will bring that front and center inside the New Relic UI. Now, because we are integrating with other incident response platforms, as well as collaboration platforms, such as Slack, we'll allow you to see that information also there. Alert classification is a very, very interesting solution that we bring. We run multiple ML models on all of your alert data, as well as incident data, and we automatically classify them for you based on the 4 golden signals, the SRE golden signals. So whether the problem is from type error rate, whether it is from type latency. And not just that, we'll detect what is the component that is related to that problem. So whether it was a database failure, was it a web application. And we do all of that automatically without you needing to have any supervised learning capability or any tagging. We just learn from the data. We apply multiple natural language processing capabilities in order to do that. And this is pretty complex stuff, but we're actually surfacing that capability as as an automatic option for the site reliability engineers, because we understand site reliability engineers are not data scientists. And so that's how it looks like, actually. You get a beautiful UI inside New Relic 1. You get an automatic title creation based on all of the information that we have detected. We show you all of the related activities. We show you the golden signal and the related components. So you can actually react much faster, and you just get it right there. It's one click. And if you want to know more, you get full explainability. It's not black box anymore. You can provide your feedback. You have the related incidents. And you can fix and solve problems much faster. One last thing, the continuous improvement. So it's really learning from all of you sitting in this room, from the SREs, from the teams, from the NOC engineers, from the DevOps team, anyone who participate in resolving those incidents. And that's why, as I mentioned before, throughout the journey, we provide you beautiful experience to create that engagement. So whether it's thumbs up on or down on the correlation itself, whether it's on the analysis summary, like the components or the signal detection, whether it's just simply, tick off what was the root cause of this problem or incident, whether it's part of your incident management or even after. We will never block you. You can always go back, and now your retrospects are much richer because you understand now that from every retrospect, it's no longer a Google Doc somewhere or a Jira ticket somewhere. You've actually made a difference to the engine, so next time, all the recommendations are much more tailored to your specific environment and use case. So New Relic AI is the first observability platform that really embeds intelligence across your stack. No matter if it's inside New Relic or in your incident management platform, we're connected to both. We're syncing to all of that. We're augmenting the site reliability engineer and not replacing them. It operates on metrics, on events, incidents, and contextual data. It is built on top of New Relic 1, the first observability platform that is open, connected, and that is also programmable. So think about the future with all of that when we have programmability on top of that. And it is now in private beta. And then in enhanced incident context, just to remind you all, driven to Slack based on alerts that you have configured, is in GA today. No configuration required. Please give it a try, and you'll see incident context into your Slack channels. So that's in GA. Everything else is in private beta. What does it mean? It means that now we can actually solve incidents with much more confidence and shorten that time to resolve. And we've seen initial customers, and the numbers are amazing. And it just reduces the noise overall and the time to actually understand what is the reasoning behind a specific failure. So, as I mentioned before, we are in private beta. Would love to talk to all of you, get your feedbacks, and if you haven't done it yet, we have a demo, live demo at the demo booth. And thank you so much.